Preparations for the Kargil Vijay Divas celebrations had begun already across the country, but particularly here in the Drass, which was the battlefield of Kargil War, the main functions will be carried out. In fact, the Defense Minister of the country, Rajnath Singh, is supposed to visit on 26th of July to War Memorial here in Drass, Kargil, to pay tributes to the Kargil martyrs. In fact, Kargil War started on 3rd of May and concluded on 26th of July 1999. 24 years back, this war was fought in these mountains. In fact, you can see in the pictures that is the Tiger Hill, which was the toughest battle for the Indian Army, and on 26th of July, Indian Army declared victory in the Kargil War. But why I am standing here? The strategy was very different for the Kargil War. It was 24 years back, and during that period in 1999 there was an understanding between Indian Army and the Pakistan Army that during the harsh winters there will be no presence of armed forces on the upper peaks or upper reaches of LOC. So in the autumn season, most of the those posts were getting vacated from both the armies, Indian Army as well as Pakistani Army. But during the winters of 1999, in the month of Feb and March, Pakistani Army started to bring these China-made fabricated posts to the upper reaches of this whole mountain range, which was then and illegally started occupying them. In fact, this post, temporary post of fiberglass made in China, has been recovered during the Kargil War. Not only this one, but in fact in the heavy snowfalls, these types of the bunkers were used by the Pakistani Army and captured from these nearby hills by the Indian Army and had been placed for the display here in the Kargil War Memorial, so that in the huge snow, the Pakistani troops stationed in such type of bunkers on those mountains, which were supposed to get vacated in the winters, when in the early summers Indian Army started moving towards the forward areas and the enemy was already sitting there. For more than 2.5 months this war was fought. There were casualties from the both sides, the Pakistanis having the advantage being on the mountain tops. So it was very tough fight for the Indian Army to get on those mountain tops and throw away the intruders from those mountains. And finally, after the war of more than 2 months, Pakistani intruders were pushed back to their territory. In fact, the one of the weapon which played the vital role in that Kargil War was the Bofors gun, which was first time used in the Kargil War after acquire from the Sweden, and that Bofors gun was the game changer in the Kargil War. In fact, one of the Bofors guns, because that was a main game changer in the Kargil War, that has been displayed here in the Kargil War Memorial. And these things are not only for the memory here in the Kargil War Memorial, but in fact thousands of people visit everywhere to this War Memorial to get and know about the army and Kargil War. Ashraf Wani, for India Today in Drass.